In today's video, we're going to show you how search terms actually work inside Google Ads because you could be running the best keywords in the world, but it's your actual search terms that dictate how well your ads are going to convert overall. Now, just to distinguish between the two, first of all, your keywords, first of all, are the keywords that you chose to target when, you did your keyword research, for example, inside the keyword planner that you decided that you have a list of keywords like this that you want to target for your campaign. Whereas your search terms then are the actual searches that people typed into Google that actually saw your ad from what they searched. So to find your actual searches, you go to Insights and Reports and then Search Terms. And this is where you see the actual searches that you'd appeared for and where people actually saw your ads after searching. And just to give you a real example as well of the difference between a specific keyword and the search terms, what we'll do here is go to a keyword that's gotten some clicks inside this campaign. So artificial grass installation, for example, is an example of an exact match keyword that we chose to target for this campaign. So this is what we actually chose ourselves to target from the very beginning. And what we can do is select this keyword and go to search terms to see what we've actually appeared for then under it. And you can see here then that even though we have an exact match keyword for artificial grass installation, that the search artificial grass installation itself we've appeared for, which is absolutely perfect because we want to appear for that. But at the same time, we've also appeared for some irrelevant search terms, for example, how do you install artificial grass, instructions, process, and what way to. And these are all DIY related searches that indicate the person's looking to do the job themselves. So these are the actual searches that our artificial grass installation ad actually appeared for. So these are all examples of searches that we had to add as negatives inside our search terms report. So what we want to do to analyze the actual search terms that we've appeared for is come to our search terms report. So as I mentioned, go to Insights and Report and then Search Terms, and then you can just clear any filters to see all of the searches that your ads have appeared for. And if you want to look at it for all time, so the whole time that your campaign has been running, you can press clicks here to see which search terms have actually gotten the most traffic. Because if you have a search term that has gotten a lot of clicks but no conversions, then that's something you want to consider straight away as adding as a negative because it could be leading to a lot of wasted spend. But what I'd recommend doing the most is that you do your search terms report at least twice a week so you can keep track of when you've done your search terms report until. And that way, then, rather than choosing all time, you can just select the specific days that you need to do your search term analysis for. So that way, then, you're not doing your search term analysis for about 1,000 search terms at any given time, but you only might have, for example, 50 to 200 search terms that you need to just quickly read through to see which ones need to be added as negatives and which ones can be added as relevant keywords. And that's the reason as well why search term analysis is so important. So we can just look at this campaign, for example, just to give you an idea of, what this process actually looks like. So a lot of the search terms that we appeared for in this campaign yesterday, for example, a lot of them are the actual keywords that we chose to target. So those are perfect because we want to appear for those regardless. But for all of those that are not added as a keyword currently to our campaign, what we want to do is go through our search terms report. And the reason being is that we constantly can refine our campaign to show us more often for searches that we do want to appear for and show our ads less for searches that we do not want to appear for. Because you don't want to be getting clicks from searches that don't make sense for what you offer, because it's very unlikely that that click is going to result in a conversion. So for all of the searches that are actually getting clicks on your ads, you want to make sure that there's a high likelihood that this click could actually turn into a conversion. And that's why doing your search term analysis is so important. So, what I'd recommend doing is going through your search terms report and seeing which irrelevant search terms should be added as a negative and which relevant search terms could possibly be added as a new keyword to the campaign if it's relevant to what I offer. So, for example, this is something that we could add as a negative because our landscaping ad appeared for someone searching for who can design my garden. And we're not necessarily looking for gardening related searches, but landscaping specifically. So, what we can do is select this search term and go to add as negative keyword. And we can add this to the campaign level as well. And what we can also do as well is if we don't want to appear for any searches that have all 5 of these words in the search, then we can add this as a broad match negative instead rather than exact match. Because that way, if someone's looking for someone to design their garden in a different way, it's less likely that we'll appear for that search as well. So if you appear for searches that have words that you just don't want to appear for, regardless of the context, then it's worth changing it from exact match, which is the default, where Google only won't show your ads for that exact search, to instead Google not showing your ads for any searches that have all of the words of that search term like we have here. So then you can just press save to add it as a negative, and you can see here that it's been excluded. And just to show you an example of a keyword then that we would add as a new keyword to the campaign, for example, our fence repair ads were shown for broken fence repair, and that's an example of a keyword that we actually would add to the campaign. So you can just go add as new keyword and press save. But what I should have done there as well is, because we're using all exact match keywords inside this campaign, is that we want to change that new keyword to exact match, because when you're adding new keywords from your search terms report, Google is going to add all of those keywords as broad match by default. So you want to make sure as well, whatever match type you want to add that new keyword as, that you do so that way, because you don't want, for example, if you're running an all exact match campaign, to start adding in new broad match keywords from your search terms report, or that'll only lead to more irrelevant searches. And just to briefly touch on the impact of keyword match types as well, is that in this campaign, for example, where we're using only exact match keywords, you can see here for the most part that I would say almost all of the search terms that we're appearing for are relevant, and there's actually not many irrelevant search terms that we have to add as negatives to this campaign. Whereas this campaign, for example, on the other hand, is an example of a campaign that we're using smart bidding with and have some broad match keywords in place. And this will lead to a wide variety of search terms, a lot of which will not be relevant to what you offer. So I would say for campaigns in which you are using broad or even phrase match keywords, is that doing your search term analysis is even more important in these cases, because you might be getting a lot of traffic from search terms that could be completely irrelevant to what you offer, and you just want to minimize any potential wasted spend. So it's always worth keeping an eye on your search terms report, regardless of the match types that you're using. But the looser the match type you are using for your keywords, the more relevant searches that you will see inside your search terms report. Now, I hope this video helped and gave you some clarity on how search terms work inside Google Ads, and gave you an indication as to how to use the search terms report effectively to add irrelevant searches as negatives to your campaign, and add new potential keywords that are relevant to what you offer as new keywords. And now, if you do have any questions about search terms inside Google Ads, or any other aspects of Google Ads in general, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you are a service-based business looking to further refine your own campaigns, feel free to have a look at the link in the description. And if you do like this Google Ads related content as well, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as we'll be posting all things related to Google Ads here daily. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video.